Hey, so I see you made it back. Well, welcome again. This is Betsy's channel. My 1981 GMC 1-ton pickup dually. And I can go on and on. Sierra Classic. Anyhow, today we are going to, or I am going to rebuild the MSD Pro Billet distributor. And she's been having a lot of ignition problems. And so I'm rebuilding this in hopes that I could correct any ignition problems for the future. Of course, you won't know the outcome until you watch the video to the very end. And so, hope you enjoy it. Talk to you soon.
So good morning. Well, I've been having the serious problem with my distributor. I've been constantly burning up my coil. Well, I've gone through all the wiring, replaced my coil several times. As you can see, there's the coil. I've replaced the module. And actually today I'm going to replace the bushing kit too, since I have it apart. And so I called up MSD and I asked them about right here, the magnetic pickup coil. I took it apart, looked at the wiring here, and nothing seems to be a problem. They said it would have nothing to do with the coil itself right here that's been burning up. So the main thing the guy told me is bad ground. So I'm just going to put it all together and relocate the ground from the intake manifold to where my main battery ground attaches to the engine assembly. So this is what I got. As you can see, I got the Pro Billet distributor right here. I got the heavy duty cap or dust cover. Then I got brand new coil, new distributor cap. I got a new rotor right here. This is the shaft that goes inside that has the spring where I'm going to replace the spring and bushing. Here's the springs I'm going to replace, and the bushing goes right in here. I have to take that nut out and replace the bushing. I'm going to go with the lightest springs and the smallest bushing so I can get the quickest advance. Right here, this pin here holds this shaft on. You have to take this apart in order to get this out of here. So I'm going to get to it, and when I get it together, I got the springs off right here, and here's the bushing. That's the spring kit parts that I'm going to replace right there. Okay, and I've already put the module back in, tightened the pickup coil all back in, tightened the wire connections right here, so you can see that's like nice and real tight, so there's no loose connections anywhere. Attached the ground right here for the module. Okay, now I'm going to put the new springs and the bushing back on. This is the little nut and washer that holds the bushing right here, and it goes right here on the back side right here. Okay, now as you can see, I opened up my new bushing kit. I took it out of this box right here, the bushing kit right there, as you can see it, spring and bushings. And I was looking at my old ones, and red being the smallest, and I'm comparing it to what I see in this bag, I might already have the red and the two lightest springs on there, because the two lightest springs are these two little guys right here. Those are the heavy silver and those are the light silver. Those don't look heavy, so they may already be the light ones. It's okay, I'll put them back on then. And there's a new washer under there, and there's a new nut. So you use all new hardware when you put it back together. Okay, I just wanted to show you that. Okay, so I've ran into a little bit of difficulty. I accidentally put the springs on first before I put the shaft back in through the housing, and I lost one of my silver springs. And so, you know what they say, there's a reason for everything. So I looked at the chart that comes with this, the curve chart, and the very next setting is a light blue and light gray, or light silver. And so I did that. Now something you need to be careful of is if you're looking right, where are you? Right here, and you see how it's, see underneath the spring, on this particular spring? Okay, you can see right here underneath it that it is not rubbing anywhere. Okay, now if you look on the blue one, you can see how it's rubbing. Right here, you can see right there on that one where it's rubbing. Well, the reason being is the spring's upside down. I did this on purpose so I could show you the difference. When you put these springs on, you make sure the coil is coming up from the bottom and then wrap it. On this one, the coil's from the top going down, and so therefore there's less clearance on the bottom. So of course I'm going to take this and turn it around, but I just wanted to show you so if you do this you will not run into any complications. Okay, now that I flipped it around, I'm going to show you the clearance. You can see the clearance right here, the clearance right there. I'm not sure if this camera's staying in focus or not. Yeah, you can see the clearance there and there now. So here it is with the springs, with the blue one turned around like I told you I was going to do, right here. So now you can see the clearance on the back, and the silver one of course already had the clearance. Okay, so now I'm going to put the bottom on, and I'll probably put the cover on. Because it's such a tight squeeze putting this thing back in, I've been doing it without the cover on, without the distributor cap on. And so yeah, I might do it without the distributor cap again just to make it a little easier. I got it all back together now. Okay, and of course I can't put it together with the distributor cap on because I need to make sure the rotor's pointing in the proper direction to adjust my timing. And so right here, as you can see, when I took it off, I marked it right here, that black mark, so the rotor should be right over that black mark right there, because I cheated and I did not set it at number 1 top dead center. But okay, now here's the 454 motor I'm putting this distributor in, and as you can see, it's carbureted. Well, carburetor's going to come back off because I got the MSD throttle body fuel injection kit for it, which I had on once, but I was getting false readings at the O2 sensor, so I was running too rich, and so I had to pass smog because I'm in California. So I took it off, but after talking to the smog guy, he gave me a couple hints on how to get it right, because it cannot be burning too rich to go through smog. And so he gave me a couple hints. And so anyways, as you can see, this orange rag here, shop towel, is polishing towel, whatever. It's in the hole where the distributor goes to keep dust and debris out. And so I put that there for that reason. And also you can see all of my spark plug wires I have covered in heat shield, because it gets extremely hot under this hood, because the hood is, as you can see, not vented, which is on my list of things I need. So anyways, I put that there just in case it was causing a little extra resistance from the heat. And so right here, I don't know if you can see it, there's a mounting bolt right here where my finger is, and that's where the ground was, right here. So what I want to do is I'm going to change that and put the ground over here with the ground directly off the battery. And hopefully that'll be the trick. So that's what we got. And if you're wondering about anything, just give me a heads up. Okay, as you can see, I got that baby in. And if you look at the rotor and the little black marks that I told you I had on the module, you'll see that they're pretty much lined up. I left it a little loose because I could see it could go a little bit to the counterclockwise on the distributor case. So I left it a little loose so I could adjust it with the timing when I'm ready to time it. But that's that. And now I'm ready to put the cap on. Now with this cap, it has a ground here. This comes straight out of the coil. It has a ground here that goes to the plug that is on the distributor that plugs up into it. So they have that cover to go on here after you're done, because when you're plugging everything in, you got to be sure that all these 3 connections here don't just push up. You got to push from both sides to make sure that the plug is secure. And same with your power wire that goes here on the bottom and your tack wire that goes there on the bottom, unless you're using the gray wire off the distributor for the tack. And so you can see I got the coil, everything hooked up. Everything looks good inside. It has a new button on there, the heavy duty button. Time for me to put this baby in. Okay, here's the cover. I got the cap on. Moving right along. I got all the wires on. Okay, so as you can see, I got all the wires plugged in. They're secure in there. I got the green as the tack, the brown is the main power, and the little harness in the back comes up from the control module inside the distributor. And so this right here, this is the black ground wire right here. This is the wire I'm going to bring up here and hook on here with my main ground that goes to the battery. Also, this is the gray wire. If you're not going to use it, I suggest taping the end off and coiling it up to get it out of the way so don't get caught on anything. And when you're putting the distributor cap on, be careful that you don't have any wires under the cap. I've seen it where people accidentally pinch the gray wire or the ground wire, whatever, under the cap because it's so tight and you can't see and you're tired. Well, just be careful. Get a good night's sleep before you decide to dig into something tedious like that. So, okay, now I'm going to put all my plug wires on. And as you can see on the end of my plug wires, I have them numbered 1 through 8. And they'll correspond because I've taken this thing apart so many times. I just decided to mark the top of the cap where each wire goes 1 through 8 in the proper firing order sequence. And so I'm going to go ahead and put all that together now. We'll see where we are. Okay, I got everything hooked back up. Spark plug wires are all in line where they're supposed to be. All the wires are connected. As you can see right here, this is the ground off the distributor. I ran it over here. Power's all good. This, I installed this. This is my on-off power switch. I have that running off the ground. And so when I engage it, all my power comes on. And it's a good switch. Used to use switches like that on the big trucks. I just installed my other battery. Make sure all my wires are connected, all that. And so it's the moment we've all been waiting for. Hold on a second, I need a helper to hold my camera while I turn this thing over. Now. Okay, now that my wife's helping me out.
Like here? Like this?
That's fine.
Okay.
Let me turn the power on. Okay, here goes nothing.
Okay.
Don't forget, push like and subscribe. And leave a comment if you like this video or not. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye now.
Stop, man. Square back.